Hello guys and welcome back to Madfire on channel. So in this tutorial series we are going to create a simple endless traffic racer game. In this series we are going to check input system which will be used to move our player, and in our vehicle selection system endless level generation with reusing existing level pieces, vehicle selection system which will allow the player to select different vehicles, random enemy spawning, singleton concept, and more. The entire project is available on GitHub. The link will be in the description. And if you want to follow the entire series, then you can check out my Patreon page. The link will be in the description. All the videos of this series are uploaded there, and you will also get premium version of this project which has extra features in it like Facebook login, AdMob, Unity ads, Unity in-app purchase, social share, game analytics, and more. Okay, so now we have to create a selection panel where we can select our cars for our player. Okay, so our selection panel will be similar to our main menu panel. It will have a text and a button. So I will just right click and duplicate our main menu panel. Now just deactivate our main menu panel. Select our this duplicate one, change its name to selection panel, and instead of calling traffic racer we'll call this select, and this won't be a play button, this will be a select button. And let's move it down here like this. Let's anchor it also. We need one more button, so just right duplicate this one, we'll call this close button. Let's make the sprite to red. Instead of text we will have an image in it, so first we will just resize it and we will move it here, and let's move our select button to left. Okay, you can just adjust the buttons as you want. Okay, so instead of this UI sprite we are going to use our sprite, which will be a square curve corner. Right click and create a new image inside it, stretch it, and let's set the left to 5 5 5 and 5, all of them. Now again in image source select this option here. Let's select the home. Okay, let's deactivate this. Let's activate our menu panel, duplicate our play button, move it down. We will call this open selection panel button, and let's move our anchors, and instead of play we will call this select. Now we need one more, so create a empty game object, reset its transform, then let's rename it to selection panel holder, something like that. This will have a separate camera on it, so just create a camera in it, then create 3D cylinder, so we'll call this platform. We don't need capsule collider on it, we can remove it. If I double click on it, you can see it looks like here. Let's set our scale to 0.25. Okay, let's deactivate our canvas for time being. So here is our camera. Let's double click on it. Let's go to our 3D mode. Okay, let's move it back. Let's move our camera up, and let's tilt it in X, so maybe like 12, and our platform should be like 6 6. Let's first drag our one of the prefab, let's say car prefab, and see how it looks. Okay, so you see, let's delete this, drag our bus prefab. So our platform should be somewhat 9 and it should be below a little bit. And our camera, let's move it back, let's move it up, let's move it back again, and maybe we'll increase our field of view, or let's let it be like that only. And let's set our bus rotation. So let's say in y, can set it minus 150, right? Okay, let's move our camera back again. I think that is enough. So let's delete our bus. So here, select and right click and create an empty game object, and we will call this car holder. So all the car objects which will be spawning will be inside this holder. Let's select the selection panel holder and set it x to maybe 150, something away from our game camera, and let's say y also 150. Let's deactivate it, let's activate our canvas. Okay, now let's go to our UI manager. So here we need few more things. So first one will be, let's again create a serialize field, private game object, select panel, menu, select holder, car holder. Then we need a private int current car index. This will tell us like which car we have selected in our selection panel. Then we have a private vector3 start car holder pose. So whenever our game starts, we are just going to set our car holder position in it. That is basically something 0 something before we can modify it. So in start method, what we will do is first we'll set our current car index. So current car index is equal to game manager dot singleton dot current car index. Then we need to set the position also. So start car holder position is equal to car holder dot transform dot position. Then we need to modify our car holder position depending on which car we had selected previously. So car holder dot transform dot position. And so if I go back to my game, so let's activate our selection panel and deactivate our canvas. So let's drag all of like 3 to 4 of them in our car holder. So as you can see, and let's set all of their y to be minus 150. We need to check the distance we need to have between our cars. So right now all of them are at the same position. So let's set our car 2 to be, let's say 8, car 3 to be 8, and no, car 3 will be 16, and player 3 will be 8 into 3, 24. So we are going to keep a difference of 8 in the position, right? So we have to make sure that we follow that. So let's deactivate the selection panel, activate our canvas. Let's go to here. So our car holder dot transform dot position minus equals vector3 dot right into 8 into our current car index. So let's create a new method, public void open selection panel, and it will take a bool value. So we are going to use the same method for open and close of selection panel. So first we'll check if value is equal to true. If it is, then we set our main menu panel dot set active to false. Then we set our selection panel menu dot set active to true. Then we activate our select holder dot set active to true, and we have to copy this and paste it here, and we'll just copy this, and else if we don't need if because we know it will be false. Let's remove this. So main menu panel will be activated and all the others will be deactivated. So deactivate select panel menu, deactivate select holder. We'll create one simple method to move our cars when we swipe. So void call this select car pose. Now what we'll do is we have to change its x position, right? So we'll create a float and we'll call this new x pose, which will be equal to our start car holder position dot x minus our 8 into our current car index, and we are going to set our car holder dot transform dot do move. So we have to call using our do twin. So using dg dot twinning transform dot do move in x direction only, and we are using our next expose comma, let's say in 0.5 seconds, and instead of using this NAX, let's call this new expose. Copy this and paste it here. So let's create a new method also for selection button. Public void select car button. So here we will set our game manager dot singleton dot current car index is equal to current car index. So as we are moving or swiping our cars, we will be changing our current car index as well. So first we will set our game manager current car index, then we call our level manager. So level manager dot instance dot player. So we call the player of our level manager, and then we call its spawn vehicle method. So here we will pass our game manager current car index. So let's copy this and paste it here, and we need to deactivate our selection panel. So open selection panel and we are going to set it to false. Now we also need to move or change our selected car when we swipe. So for that we will create a method void action on swipe, and we will take a swipe type parameter. So we will create a switch case. It will be of swipe type. Okay, so we don't need this default, we don't need this none, we only require this right and left. And right, when we are moving to right, we are going to check if our current car index is greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, we are going to set our current car index minus minus. So when we swipe to right like this,